Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. It's a lovely evening in the city of Abuja. We will be looking at a whole lot of stories making round in the world of sports as it stands this evening. But first of all, let's go straight to Ghana, where the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria are having a date with the Black Starlets of Ghana in the Wafubi Under-17 Championship, the third place game between Nigeria and the Black Starlets of Ghana after both teams lost in the semi-finals of their game respectively. Nigeria lost to Cote d'Ivoire 1-0, while the Black Starlets of Ghana also lost to Burkina Faso, and those two teams have made it to the finals of the Wafubi Under-17 Championship, and probably they've picked the ticket of the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations that will come up later on. And the thing is, for Nigeria, we are going to be playing for pride and then probably win the bronze medal, the third place game, so that we can at least have a bragging right over the Black Starlets, our neighbors, the Black Starlets of Ghana. It's quite actually a very good game. This team was put together just barely a month, and at the end of the day, the result we saw at the semi-final, it has shown that yes, we failed to prepare, and when preparation does not meet opportunities you just slip away. That is what it is. There's a saying that says early to bed, early to rise. You have to, when you fail to prepare, that means you plan to fail. That is what it is. But for the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria this evening, as we speak, they will be looking to get that third place, at least the bragging rights. And probably we're still waiting for CAF to determine how many teams will be going to the World Cup. Already, FIFA has said yes, they have increased the number of teams that will be participating at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, and Africa has been given 10 slots. So people are a little bit confused. What is CAF going to do? African Cup of Nations, you just have 2 teams from the region, and now that FIFA has increased the slot to 10. What is the plan of CAF? CAF is still quiet about it, but we're still waiting for the verdict, what CAF will come up with, and how they are going to make it up to make sure at least they present 10 countries to represent the continent of Africa at the FIFA World Cup. And we are hoping that if Nigeria eventually wins the third place, well, it is not confirmed yet from our own perspective, from our own understanding. We are thinking if it happens that way, then CAF, whatever CAF will do, might just consider Nigeria consider all of the 4 teams right now who are the last rounds of the WAFU Under-17 competition going on in Accra, Ghana. So let's see how it goes. But this evening, Nigeria just need to win the bronze medal game against the Black Starlets of Ghana. We are hoping they get it right. Manu Gaba was given that job just a few weeks to the commencement, a month to Wafubi tournament, and the man has to just invite 10 good players, 52 good players to camp, and they started the rigorous screening and what have you. And within a space of weeks, he was able to with the team, and at the end of the day, we couldn't get to the final to defend the title we won in the last edition under Uduka Ugbade. Then let's see what happens at the end of this game between the Black Starlets of Ghana and the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria. We will be looking at that, and on our subsequent show, we will be bringing you the results and the result of that game on our Wednesday, highlights of that game on our Wednesday Pro Sports program. But let's move over to another side. Let's go to the big boys right now. That is the Super Eagles, the senior national team. We'll talk about one player, Victor Osimhen. As it stands right now, news coming in that Victor Osimhen is fit for South Africa and Benin Republic clashes. These 2 games are lined up for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. The game against South Africa will go down at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo, while the game against Benin Republic will take place in Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan, where there is definitely the last place where the Super Eagles played against the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire at the African Cup of Nations 2023 final. So, but for Victor Osimhen, news coming in is that he is fit and he is ready to go for the Super Eagles in these two games. And we know in that group we've played 2 games, one against Lesotho and Zimbabwe, and both games has ended on a draw. At this point in time, we need to pick the maximum 6 points from these 2 games, so that we can stamp our authority in that group. If not anything less than a win in these 2 games, that means gradually we'll start our usual permutation. If this one loses, Nigeria win, then we can go to the World Cup. And you know, when it is permutation, you have to go with your calculator, start doing all the manipulation. But for the Super Eagles, they are ready for this game. And Victor Osimhen, it's a good news that he is fit to play in these these 2 games, and it's a happy one for us, for Nigeria, for Coach Finidi George, the new coach of the Super Eagles, having Victor Osimhen back to the team, at least back to the team for these 2 games, because they are very, very important games for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and then the 200 million plus Nigerians out there, because this game is very important. Why did I say it's important? We need to get the maximum 6 points from these 2 games, or else we might just blow away our chances of going to Mexico, USA, and Canada. These 3 countries will co-host the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and we want to be there. The last time, the December Qatar 2022 World Cup, we missed out. We lost to Ghana on goal head-to-head rule. They came down to Abuja here and they played us a 1-1 draw. The first leg in Ghana was a goalless draw, and because of that away goal rule, they were able to knock us out of the Qatar 2022 World Cup. But this time around, the boys are saying we want to go to USA, we want to qualify, and they also know what is at stake, because FIFA World Cup is the biggest footballing event in the world. Every player wants to play in the World Cup. The dream of every player is to play at the World Cup, because that is the biggest stage of your career if you actually don the colors of your national team. All right, moving ahead this evening, let's quickly go straight to table tennis. But before we talk about this fantastic player, let's look at this particular video of table tennis between Aruna Kadri and his counterpart, and also the second video of the second video is Motayo Olajide. Both players have qualified for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Yes, welcome back from that video break. We saw Aruna Kadri doing his thing, and also Olajide Omotayo and Amade Ume in one of the table tennis games. And it's a good news for Aruna Kadri after he lost the first position on the continent of Africa to his eternal rival, Omar South Egypt. But right now, at the just released ITTF ranking, Aruna Kadri is back to the top. He has moved back to the 17th position, and then as in leaped to 17th position. He was ranked 19th just a few months back, and now he is back 2 places to the 17th position. And now it's a good news for Aruna Kadri. Like I said, he has made it through to the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, and now I think this will propel him after that event, that WTT Smash event in the Middle East, that is in Saudi Arabia, where he did so well and taking on some super world players in that particular event, and a couple of other events that he attended, and we saw what he did at the African Games, despite losing the single men's final to Marasa, but he has been able to hold his own and doing so well in the past few months. And for Aruna Kadri, congratulations to Aruna for making it back to the top, and then 17th at the just released ITTF ranking for our own Nigerian and African table tennis star, Aruna Kadri. And that is what it is. He's aging. A lot of persons are asking questions, who is going to take over from this man? We're still waiting for the answers. He's one fantastic player who has been on this stage for so long, who has represented Nigeria in so many competitions. He has won so many laurels, held on to African title, and also he has African #1 for quite a number, the longest African #1 in table tennis. That's Aruna Kadri on the continent of Africa, and also doing so well in the world stage. So congratulations to him. At least he never backed down after going to the 19th position in the ITTF ranking, but he picked up himself, and then he worked hard, and now he's back to the top spot, 17th on the ITTF ranking, and I think that is the way to go. All right, let's leave that is Aruna Kadri as it stands right now. Let's quickly talk about athletics, but before then, let's look at Nigerian relay team at the just concluded just months ago at the Bahama Relays, where the team qualified for the 4x100 meter relay race. Also, our guys qualified, everything looking so good for Nigeria. Let's just enjoy this highlight and see the exploit of the relay team of Nigeria at the Bahamas Relay.
Some big African interest there will be in the 4x100 meters, and some big inquests in the Netherlands 4x100 meters debrief room. But Ghana, well, they were quick out. Daphne Ibrahim Fusini on the first leg as they wait for their remaining athlete to join them back for the celebration photos. It's a long way back round when you just run a 4x1 leg and you ended up in the far corner of the stadium on the running the second leg. But they're going to share it. That's what we love to see. Same as yesterday when we saw Botswana and South Africa, the African neighbours joining up for a mixed photo. Lovely to see Nigeria and Ghana doing the same.
This is a nice photo, right?
Big moment for Africa again in the World Relays here in the Bahamas. Two really good performances from those teams. Loving life, job done. We have still one more heat to come in this men's 4x100 meters. Then we're back into the... That one was pretty smooth.
Let's see it. That's okay. That's okay, change up, but I think that was okay. But this one is like he's too far, looking backwards, slowing down, hands, no, nothing. Like you see, all different things are very difficult in the relay. But Ghana was doing really good in the exchange zone, so they make it.
Yes, a good race from the Nigerian 4x100 meter relay team for men and women at the 2024 Bahama Relays, where we actually made it qualify for the Paris Olympic Games. You saw the highlights and you saw the smiles on the faces of the Nigerian guys and that of the Ghanaians, where they came together. There is always unity when it comes to sports, and sports, like you know, is a unifying factor. If we can actually invest in this, hold on to it. Sports normally bring people together, whether you are black, whether you are white. Once it's sports, everybody becomes one. It's a very strong tool in unifying people. It's a good one for us at the 2024 Bahamas Relays. Now let's look at this story coming in from the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, where they have set June the 16th to the 18th for the Athletics Championship and the Paris 2024 Olympic Games trials. The event will come up at the Samuel Ogbomudia Stadium in Benin City, Edo State. Because why the Samuel Ogbomudia Stadium right now is because their tartan track is one of the best in the country, alongside that one at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Delta State. So the two South states have some of the best facilities in the country as we speak. But the authorities of Athletics Federation of Nigeria has actually set June the 16th to the 18th, 2 days event for the Athletics Championship and then Olympic trial at the Samuel Ogbomudia Stadium, which definitely we are looking forward to. Some of our athletes who have not qualified for the Paris Olympic Games will definitely use the AFN trials to pick their own ticket for the event. These two great events that will be coming up. We know that we are just less than 60-something days away from the Paris Olympic Games that will happen in France. So we just need to tidy up all loose ends so that we can have the best of the best outings when it comes to the games in France. And I'm so happy, I'm proud and happy for what our athletes are doing. Just over the weekend, we saw Tima, God bless, and Rosemary Tukuma picking up their Paris Olympic tickets at the Collegiate NCCA event in United States of America. Also, Chukwuebuka Enekwechi also picking his own Olympic ticket. That is, Chukwuebuka is in the shot put. And we saw at the Atlanta City Games, our own S.A. Bruman also qualifying for the Paris Olympic Games, meeting the required meters for jump to qualify for the Paris Olympic Games. So all our athletes, like somebody said on this show, that when it comes to track and field event, definitely as it stands right now, Nigeria is going to do well in Paris Games. And I'm looking forward to that in Paris, we might just surpass what we did at the Atlanta 1996 Games. So wish them well. When the trials comes up, all the athletes that have not qualified will use the trials to also pick their own Olympic tickets. All right, let's leave the AFN. Let's leave Nigeria and go straight to Kigali. We are stopping by at the BK Arena in Kigali. It's a good news for Nigerian basketball champions, that is the Rivers Hoopers, after coming strong, coming back to win this particular game against US Monastir, the 2022 BAL champions in this competition. But the thing is, Ife Ozaka, who is the manager of Rivers Hoopers, said he is happy to see that Rivers Hoopers made it to the semi-finals. We know the coach of the side of this team is Oga Daudu, but the manager, the general manager, said he is happy that Rivers Hoopers, he was there. They made it through to the semi-final of the 2024 Basketball League Africa, becoming the first Nigerian basketball team to do so, to make it to the semi-final after beating US Monastir of Tunisia. It was actually a strong and tough game right there. That was yesterday, but at the end of the day, our own Rivers Hoopers smiled and they did all they can. They lost their first game in the game 4 to AS Douanes of Senegal. AS Douanes and Rivers Hoopers played each other in the preliminary round, and it was 1-1 win apiece. And then the third time they will be meeting, AS Douanes actually smiled home with the victory. As you can see on that highlight, that was the game they lost to AS Douanes. But this time around, in their second game, in the game 4 against US Monastir of Tunisia, they were able to get the win, and now they are through to the semi-final of the Basketball League Africa 2024, which is a good news for us. They are the first Nigerian team to make it through to the Basketball League Africa 2024, and as it stands, we are happy for the Nigerian basketball team making it to the semi-final of this particular competition. We've not had any team making it to the semi-final of the Basketball League Africa. The last team that represented Nigeria was Kwara Falcons, and they did so bad. They didn't even qualify for the quarterfinal, talk less of the semi-final. But good news is Rivers Hoopers are moving on, and they have a date with Libyan champions, that's Al Ahly of Libya. Let's see in the semi-final if they can get the better of Al Ahly, then they are through to the final. It will be first time a Nigerian team will also get to the Basketball League Africa final. The game between River Supers and US Monastir of Tunisia ended 92-88 for 92 points for River Supers and 88 points for the Tunisian Basketball Club side. All right, let's leave the basketball story and quickly just go over this. Is a good news for our own Asisat Oshoala in Europe. The good news is that Nigerian players are doing so well in Europe, not the male players alone. Just we saw what Ademola Lookman did in the Europa League final against Bayer Leverkusen, becoming the first African, the first Nigerian to score a hat-trick in European major final. And now Asisat Oshoala's goal against her fellow compatriot in that is in the UEFA Champions League, her goal against Benfica, where Christy Uchebe is playing, has been voted the best goal of the competition after Barcelona defeated Lyon in the final to lift the trophy just last weekend. So Asisat's overhead kick against Benfica has been voted the best goal of the Women's UEFA Champions League 2023-2024 season. All right, that is where we'll be leaving it this evening on the program Sports Update. It was a good one, and as we speak, the Golden Eagles of Nigeria just need to win the game against the Black Starlets of Ghana for pride. That is what it is. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Say thanks for watching.